Welcome to PrinnyCast Roundtable for June 22nd, 2013. We're a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to and various gaming-related stuff over the last week. We're your host, Chris. This is Grover.
Hello.
This is Mike.
Delicious tea.
And in the background this week, you'll see some long plays goodies, but also some Kickstarter projects. I gathered a whole bunch of videos from different Kickstarter projects so you can see them throughout the video. I'm repeating myself, but anyway, stuff like the anticipated Soul Saga, and then there's a survival horror game called Beef, where you're a cow trying to escape a slaughterhouse. Alright, it's like Slenderman, only with a butcher and a cow. A tycoon-style game where you run a ghost-busting agency. That is an idea that hasn't been done yet. And a visual novel based on the famed webcomic series Neo Tokyo. I remember that thing. I don't think I ever followed it to the end, but anyway, there's lots more than those. Check out all the links below. I'm going to try to supply every link to every game that I show. They may not be in chronological order, but if you're curious about any of them or want to help fund them, there you go. So what have we been playing this week, Mike?
I played quite a bit this week, especially compared to last week. I beat Infamous, which I have had for the past 3 or 4 years. I played about half of it and then quit for a random reason I don't even remember. Infamous 2 was on sale, like I mentioned last week, so I bought it and I figured I should beat the first one, so I spent a couple nights, finished that game, and I started on Infamous 2. It's a lot like the first one, but the buildings are a lot shorter, so the annoying, kind of almost glitchy way that you climb buildings is a little less noticeable because of that. And I also played some Super Mario U. I bought Mega Man 4 on the Wii U Virtual Console just because I wanted to play Mega Man 4 and I didn't want to bother hooking up the PS2, so... And Mario RPG, I actually started a new game of that. Figured I'd play through it again.
Someday there will be a return of Gino and Malo. Someday.
I keep hoping for that, but I don't know. It was a Square Enix game, and I don't know. Maybe they'll decide to team up again. I mean, they're not exactly at odds anymore. Nope. Not too bad anyway. But I still, again, like every week, played some Magic 2013. 2014 comes out in just a couple days, so be excited for that.
I noticed you got it pre-ordered on your Steam there.
Yes, I do. I will be playing it when it launches. I resubbed to WoW.
Oh no!
I haven't actually played it. No, it's been 3 months, 3 or 4. I really want to see the end of the expansion. You know, even if I don't do any serious raiding, which I don't plan to do, I'd like to see everybody take down Garrosh. At least do it on looking for raid easy mode. Mm-hmm. And I played Diablo 3 with some friends of mine, and that's it.
Quite a bit, actually. And you're almost the exact opposite.
Yeah, usually I play a lot of games, but this week I played one game, but I played a lot of it, and that's Civilization 5. Oh my god, I'm back on a Civilization binge, because I've been playing the holy shit out of that game. Plus I'm getting ready for the new expansion that's coming out, Brave New World. So yeah, I'm back up to Prince, and for people that don't know, that's normal level in the game. Usually every time I start playing, again, I start at the easiest level, beat a level, then move up to a higher level, and that's how I play. And usually I get to the level above normal, which is King, and I start getting my ass kicked 70% of the time, and that's where I, stay usually. And I do win on King sometime, and I move up higher than King, and I start losing 100% of the time, and it's like, okay, it's time to go back down to King again.
Civilization's always been a very brutal game. Yes, I know the randomness has something to do with it, but even then, the AI, that AI.
On DT, which is the hardest level in that game, oh my god, it's actually quite fun, but on DT, which is the hardest level, I can't get past turn 100. The AI always annihilates me by that point.
I think they cheat.
Oh, they cheat their asses off after Prince.
They've done that since Civ 1.
Yes, they cheat hardcore. It's the only game where they could cheat and I don't get angry at the AI. Well, not as angry because
I was going to say you raged one. You've been streaming a lot of it this week.
Yeah, there's a couple. The Barbarians.
Yes,
that one. I actually put a video up that, so they might be able to see that. So that was bad. But yeah, that's all I played this week.
I haven't played quite so much. I played a few of the new Congregate games, but again, it's one of those type of things. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I played some Dueling Network Yu-Gi-Oh! Style with Mike. Been getting all my Telltale game stuff that I bought. Has it even been 2 weeks? I think it's been 2 weeks now, and I still haven't downloaded them to my Steam yet. So I'm finally doing that. I'm about a third of the way through those. It takes a while for that. Played some more Awesome Knots. The new character Ayla is out. I haven't quite gotten the hang of how to play her yet, but so I.
week?
I put in about an hour to that, I think.
Are the extra characters that they come out with free, or do you have to pay extra for them?
They're actually free, but you have to level up to get them. But in this case, it seemed like I got her the very next level. So I'm thinking they put her in the very next level that you're to get. So that's not a bad way to do it. I like how League of Legends does things. I know people suddenly go, what? But if they did like racing games or fighting games or pretty much anything with a gigantic roster like that, being able to have a couple of free ones and then ones that you can buy by eventually earning up enough money to purchase them or to just outright use real money to buy them, that's a really good way to run a free game. So if more games do that, I'm actually pretty cool with that idea. As long as it's not ridiculous for people to try to get these characters through the hard work. If it takes 6 months to get one character, no thank you.
I always say that Gran Turismo could release a PC free-to-play Gran Turismo game and just have special cars that you have to buy, and they would make so much money.
Probably never happened because the studio is owned by Sony, but you never know.
People have even begged and they said we're exclusive to Sony, we'll never do anything else.
And then I also bought yes, I know, this is yet another indie bundle, but this one is from Indie Royale. I just happened to catch on Operation Rainfall. And what got my attention was Breath of Death 7 and Cthulhu Saves the World, which are both really retro, goofy RPGs that were on the Xbox 360 that I saw some stream long time ago. And they looked really funny, and I thought, really, I was only paying about 85 cents for these a piece, so I thought, it'd be worth it for just these two games alone. Euphoria is one of those, they call them cell strategy. It's the one where you have the little dots or squares or something around a field, and then you send your troops, we'll call them troops, from one block to the other, and it spreads them apart, and the idea is basically to take over the whole field. There's a ton of those on Congregate, but Euphoria is basically a really advanced version of that. Then Really Big Sky, which I was excited about because I like those kind of procedurally created shooters, but most of them have not paid out what they're supposed to do, and this one is no different. Of maybe the boss or something like that, you're never playing the game quite the same twice. Well, this one does do that, but to see what you're doing 9/10 of the time is intentionally impossible because there's kind of that blurring stuff from Geometry Wars. It just gets really obnoxious that in a bullet hell shooter, you have to see what you're dodging. I'm sorry. So when everything turns into this big water drop mess on your screen and everything's just this blur, how are you supposed to do anything? So I'm kind of annoyed at that one. And I'm taking a little longer than I meant to with these. And then there was Runespell Overture, which had an interesting kind of concept. It's a card battle game, but it's an RPG. So you're moving along the storyline doing what you need to do, battling these other characters, but instead of a card battle in the traditional sense, well, actually it's the other way around. It's a card battle in the traditional sense. You're actually using a 52 deck playing card, and it's like a combination of solitaire and poker. I don't know if this version of this game actually existed before this, so it's annoying, as most card games are, but in this case, it's all about actual skill with how you manipulate cards and not so much worrying about decks. But at the same time, it also means that because there's no decks, you're basically playing the exact same game every single time. It's just the magic cards make the difference of what you're battling against. So, but yeah, interesting stuff. And since we've got a few minutes left here, we didn't really get into this too much because of, well, basically so much of E3 was news. We didn't really get into our opinions so much about it. I spent a little too much time on Smash Brothers last episodes on Game News, so I do apologize for that.
It was also the fact I just honestly didn't care about almost any of the stuff that went on at E3. It was very uninteresting to me. I don't know if it's because I'm mostly PC and then most of the console stuff is just like, oh, that's amazing, I don't care. I did have to admit that I'm more interested in the PS4 than I am in the Xbox, and that's not because of everything that happened. Well, not completely, but it's kind of like was the 360 and the PlayStation 3, I guess.
What did you take out of it, Mike?
Well, until the recent news that we had, I thought Xbox dropped the ball. Big time.
I don't think that they've really picked it back up again. They're just more covering their behinds, and we'll get into this in game news a little bit more, but for the few people out there that don't know, all that stuff about the Xbox One being online all the time, and you can't do the used games stuff, they've turned their policy completely around on that.
Yep, so. They realized that was really pissing people off.
And this is not an easy thing for them to do, especially coming just weeks after E3, because basically the system is going to ship exactly the way it was meant to, but there's going to be some big patch on day one that you have to download to fix the original design. AKA, if they wanted to bring it back, they could.
They could just have everybody buy in like, we lied!
Yeah, that's why I'm still probably not going to buy one, because I expect that they probably will bring it back.
I'll wait and see. Just like they do with all the consoles.
Yeah, they have a disclaimer that says they have the right to change their policies at any time without notice, so
it's
to me, that's just...
the only system I didn't wait wait for was the PlayStation. Actually, I did have to wait for the PlayStation 2, but that was forced because they didn't have enough, and I wasn't willing to pay $1,200 for eBay PlayStation 2.
You know what? I think I pre-ordered my PS2 too. I was thinking that I waited a couple months, but come to think of it, I remember having to wait about 2 weeks for it, so maybe I did.
I waited more than 2 weeks. I pre-ordered mine, and they still ran out. And they said, "Sir, we don't have any more." And I'm just like, I pre-ordered.
I have a feeling
like,
they're going to do the same thing.
They're like, that's fascinating. So did a couple 100,000 people that we're telling to go to hell.
PS4 has an unlimited pre-order policy right now.
Fantastic. So
that sounds great, but will they have the systems to back it up on launch day?
I hope so.
Or are they intentionally looking for a shortage to go, oh, look, we did a Wii. Nobody can find one. We're selling that good.
It's a good way to get eBay profit. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but they rarely see any of it themselves.
Well, yeah, sometimes I wonder if they do that just to be jackasses, make people, to cause a hype.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, we gotta have this.
I hope they don't do that.
Yeah, same. First, I'm making that high, and it's driving me crazy.
Well, I guess that's our show for this week. Join us under. I did it again. I did this before. Join us under Monday. There's something wrong.
So is that Sunday or is that Tuesday?
Oh, I bet it's every Sunday, Monday, because I do start uploading Sunday night, and it usually gets finished Monday morning. So under Monday. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, okay, it makes sense. Thanks to longplays.org for some of our videos, which I think we actually will use this week. Thanks to galaxypugs.com, home of the PrinnyCast forums. Thanks to Kickstarter this time for all of the videos that we were using for the projects. We can help some of those folks out. Follow Grover on Twitch TV /PrinnyCast_Grover, and Mike on Twitch TV /Ruzaz. Grover's been streaming. I hope you like, Civilization 5, but he has been streaming.
Yeah, you don't like Civilization 5, you're gonna have a bad time, here's for sure.
And he's also been uploading some on his channel at PCGOTW. My channel is Maserati, where you see me post music, which is largely video game remixes. I'm really trying to get back into that. We're starting to quiet out a little bit, and follow us at PrinnyCast on Twitter, and you can contact us via email at prinnycast@gmail.com. And so till next time, everyone!
Until next
Goodbye.
time!